RetroDaze.
You stare through your window at a bleak January day, acutely feeling the passing of our revelries. The holidays are over. All the shiny decorations are gone, presents have been opened, and we've devoured all the sugary treats. What lies ahead is a return to work and a departure from the nostalgia of holiday traditions.
The long cold of winter stares back with ice blue eyes and icicle teeth. The snowstorm creature dares you to fight against its freezing grip. In response, you set your jaw and formulate a plan, piece by nostalgic piece, made up of media, food, and games. If there is a way to survive this long, cold winter, you will find it. Your goal is to build a fortress to defend against the biting winds of the winter doldrums. You begin by constructing a monolith of winter-themed movies to choose from as the frozen days and months wear on, stacking them into a literal tower from which you may fortify your defenses. The foundation of this tower is a double feature of The Thing from Another World, directed by Christian Nyby, and John Carpenter's 1982 Antarctic epic, The Thing. While The Thing is based on Who Goes There, a 1938 John W. Campbell Jr. novella, Carpenter also connected his movie to The Thing from Another World. While not strictly a sequel, Carpenter was careful to recreate certain scenes from the original movie, such as the scientist's discovery of a UFO. The Norwegian team in The Thing isn't meant to be the same scientists that are in The Thing from Another World, but the similarities therein help to position Carpenter's movie as something more than a remake. Watching MacReady's discovery of the shape-shifting alien creature hiding in the eternal winter of Antarctica has a strangely comforting effect. You may be snowed in, you may have work in the morning, but at least you don't have to deal with The Thing. Another quintessential winter movie that bolsters the tower's foundation is The Shining. Now sure, Stephen King famously disliked Stanley Kubrick's vision for the 1977 novel, but that makes it no less a masterpiece. Following the Torrance family in the opening scene as they drive through the green forests to Rocky Mountain roads and finally arriving at the snow-covered Overlook Hotel is foreboding and hypnotic. That eerie opening score, based on the medieval hymn Dies Irae, brings a sense of foreboding and coming doom. Every frigid scene is haunting, propelled by excellent performances from Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. There's nothing quite as blue and cold as Colorado's Overlook Hotel while Jack Torrance is inhabiting its haunted rooms. The final scenes of this movie will make you glad to have a hot fire and a warm robe. Right on the border of what we'd consider retro media, having been released in 2001, 2002, and 2003, no winter marathon is complete without a viewing of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Though these movies have less literal winter atmosphere, they were released in December of their respective years and, for many, will forever be tied to the holiday season. Certainly we have some scenes of winter weather in the trilogy, most notably the Fellowship's attempted trek over Carathis Mountain, though much of the three films feel of spring and summer, giving viewers in the winter months something to warm their numb fingers against. If there's a particularly savage snow or rainstorm outside, choosing the extended editions of all three movies, amounting to a whopping 683 minutes, will ensure you have no need to venture into the torrent outside. We'll just leave that sort of adventure to Frodo and company. In her article on Exposé, Maddie Conlon writes, "The stunning score composed by Howard Shore and the gorgeous sweeping scenery of New Zealand allow you to be transported to a magical realm that you'll never want to leave. There is nothing better than snuggling down to get captivated by the story of the One Ring to rule them all." Let's go ahead and add every 1980s ski movie we can find, never forgetting the classic Better Off Dead. This 1985 dark comedy, written and directed by none other than Savage Steve Holland, is sure to be a delight for anyone with an absurdist sensibility. Better Off Dead was Holland's first and arguably best known movie, though he's had his hand in a number of popular Nickelodeon properties. He also co-created and wrote most of the episodes for Eek the Cat, along with Bill Kopp for Fox Kids. And it's no wonder, since besides being a writer and director, Savage is also a cartoonist, producer, voice actor, and animator. In Better Off Dead, we see sparks of this interest in animation, especially in the brief claymation scene at Pig Burgers.
It's alive!
Even though Siskel and Ebert gave this 2 thumbs down and John Cusack reportedly walked out during the screening, it remains a classic of surreal, black humor that plays perfectly in any winter marathon. Our tower of movies stands sturdy, yet still defenses are required, and no movie marathon is complete without a hot drink. Perhaps the most nostalgic of cold weather beverages is a steaming cup of hot chocolate. As a kid, you may have made the hot chocolate from Nesquik powder, back when it was still called Quick and came in a metal tin.
I love little bunnies.
Even cold little bunny?
Especially cold little bunnies.
Well, I'm one cold bunny.
Well, I'm gonna give you some hot chocolatey Nestle's Quick.
Hot chocolatey Quick. It's my favorite.
I know.
You made somebody a wonderful mother.
Oh, I know how to take care of a little bunny.
Quick was the frugal choice since it doubled as a chocolate milk mix, but Nestle also sold a specifically hot chocolate powder for those who wanted to splurge.
Just add hot water and delicious, rich and foamy Nestle hot chocolate takes the brrr out of winter.
No matter which mix you use, some Hershey candy, just to be controversial, you understand, can be melted in for extra decadence. To finish, use a leftover candy cane from your now absent Christmas tree to stir the beverage and infuse it with a memory of the holidays. Or, maybe some rum or bourbon since you're not a kid anymore. Now, let's go ahead and fill the moat surrounding our fortress with the bubbling chocolate inferno through which no winter attacker will survive. The cold weather also calls for comfort food, and after all the elaborate holiday meals, you're likely burnout and in need of a break from cooking. Enter Chinese takeout and pizza, the dual spires of our tower. Many of us likely have memories of ordering in Chinese during a blizzard or rainstorm, let someone else drive those treacherous roads, while hunkering down with a feast of sweet and sour chicken, egg rolls, and pork lo mein. Those ubiquitous white takeout boxes would litter your table among a conglomeration of duck sauce packets and fortune cookies, while you dug into the vast array of steaming choices. Or, instead of Chinese takeout, maybe you'd opt for a couple of pizzas. Be it a local mom-and-pop pizza place or one of the big franchises, nothing beats an extra-large pie covered in all your favorite toppings, especially after endless days of holiday leftovers.
On the first day after Christmas, my true love gave to me leftover turkey. On the second day after Christmas, my true love gave to me turkey casserole that she made from leftover turkey. On the third day...
If Christmas is lingering longer than you expected, we have a suggestion. A pan pizza from Pizza Hut with pepperoni, mushrooms, almost any topping at all, except one.
Flaming turkey wings.
The bricks of our fortress walls, then, are made of empty takeout boxes, packed in tight and held in place by congealed pizza cheese. This castle is really coming together now. What better way to chase off the frostbite blues than some fun and games? Of all the possible gifts you could have gotten through the 70s, 80s, and 90s, video games were often at the top of our lists. Following the holidays, there was nothing better than spending a winter day playing all those new games.
Oh, cool.
I heard Matt got a Sega Genesis.
I heard Matt got a Sega Genesis.
Well, I guess one more is okay.
The Sega Genesis. Game cartridges sold separately.
The Atari 2600. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Nintendo 64 make perfect additions to the decor behind the fortress's newly constructed walls. Our game room is filled to bursting with the likes of Zelda, Life Force, Super Metroid, Asteroids, and so many more. You're tempted to stretch the winter theme as far as it will go, even with the video game selections, so you put on your best elf hat to help you think. Let's see, there's winter games and ice hockey. A few laps around Frappe Snowland and Mario Kart 64 could work. Snow Brothers and Frostbite are a little too obvious, but you're already running out of ideas, so you go with it. And depending on how masochistic you're feeling, Home Alone 1 and 2 are unquestionable Christmas games that make sense on the list. Additionally, a few more games come to mind that may only have a level or two with ice and winter themes, like Sonic 3, Mr. Nuts, and Ghostbusters. Now, of course, video games weren't the only kind of gifts we got, as board games often filled out the bulk of our festive unwrapping. While there are innumerable games we could add to this stalwart castle, Hungry Hungry Hippos, Mousetrap, Talking Battleship, Dizzy Dizzy Dinosaur, Operation, and Fireball Island, to name just a few, the Omega Virus stands out as a particularly substantial choice. The Omega Virus was created by Michael Gray, known for popular games Mall Madness and Dream Phone, among others, and first released in 1992 by Milton Bradley.
The Omega Virus has taken control of the space station's computer.
Help me.
And you have to hunt it down and destroy it.
30 minutes till I take over.
It's Omega Virus, the electronic talking virus hunting game where the computer
Hurry.
and the virus
You fool.
really speak.
Negatron found.
Collect your weapons.
Red sector shut down.
And find the virus. The virus can win.
1 minute.
I think I found it!
You win.
Yeah!
Omega Virus. Catch it before it's too late.
The game was notoriously difficult. The electronic talking element would taunt, "You human scum," and "You fools," as we fumbled around the many rooms, awkwardly attempting to type in various codes. It's not that the premise was hard to understand. Essentially, you had to gather all the weapons, find the virus, and destroy it. But in practice, the gameplay was fast-paced and unlike anything we'd ever experienced before. If you weren't quick enough, sectors would start to shut down, locking you out from rooms. And all the while, the game laughed at your ineptitude. Sounds like the perfect game to help us forget about the unending winter just outside your door.
Inside your fortress, the death of the holidays isn't so acutely painful anymore. Besides, before long, the cycle will begin again, as springtime teases with new hope and summer beckons with promises of ice cream and adventure. Until then, what wintertime fortifications have you made to your fortresses? I would love to hear about it down in the comments, and if you enjoy our content, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and maybe even activating that ubiquitous little notification bell. It really does make a huge difference. Let's meet again next week to celebrate Yesteryear right here on RetroDaze.
Clicky clacky.